I'm an American tourist who has been in Seoul, South Korea for just about a week now, and something that I love about this country is the public transportation. Compared to somewhere like New York, the public transportation here is very cheap, it's fast and reliable, it's super clean. Most importantly, it's super easy to navigate as a foreigner. So today I'll be showing you just how awesome South Korea public transportation is as I navigate from my eye clinic where I just got Smile Pro LASIK done, which I'm super happy about, in Apgujeong to where I'm staying in Seodaemun-gu, which is a little bit northwest of the city Seoul center. Okay, so the first step is to take the subway. Everyone here in Korea uses Naver, the map app, which is not too different from Google Maps or Apple Maps. It took me a little bit of getting used to, but the directions are quite simple to understand. The main thing is just figuring out which side of the subway you go on, either because one is bound one way and the other is bound the other way. Okay, so the key to Seoul's public transport is one of these cards. I'm going to scan this. And this card gains me entry into the subway system or a bus. And the main difference between New York, at least, and Seoul is that you have to tap it once you exit as well. But this card you can find at most convenience stores. You can top this off. There's also something called a climate card, which is more either on a day use, unlimited rides in a day, or in a week or a month, that sort of thing. So right now, we're headed down towards the station. This station is pretty easy to navigate because it's just one line. Okay, so this is the line, Suin-Bundeng line, that I have to get on. And of course, the main thing to ask is, should I go to this side or should I go to this side? Well, it's super easy with Naver. I know that I'm going towards Seoul Forest, so this side it is. Looks like I just missed the train because a bunch of people are coming up right now. Maybe if I rush, I can get in, but unlikely, I think. Yep, we just missed the train, unfortunate. But here is a cool fact, a cool little tidbit that I recently learned. So Naver not only gives you the line, it also tells you where to stand. Fast transfer 4-4, that refers to these doors here. You see that's 5-2, and then this will be 5-1, and then 4-4 right here. These doors are written in Naver such that if you follow those directions, you'll be exiting the train in a path that makes it faster for you to get to your next transfer. All right, our train came. Train for Wonsimni. That's the right direction, and so we're going to go in. And then I think we're here for 2 stops before switching to the next train, the green line towards Ewhwa's Women University Station. So the next step is to take line 2 towards Wangsimni Station. And we're going to figure out which side of the subway to get on because the one that we want to get on is going to be Sangwon-Simni Station bound. Fast arrivals either 4-1 or 5-4. So we're going to try to find those doors and go through there to make our transition into exiting the subway a little bit faster. And because we made it to 4-4, right outside our door was the escalator to transfer. So that's the advantage of following Naver's advice for which door to enter the train through. Okay, and now we are line 2. But again, we have to figure out which side of the train to go on. Another thing about Seoul subways is that they are really well marked. So if you can see here, line 2, transfer, make a left. So we're going to do that. And then we want to get on the side that goes to Enhwa Women's University or to City Hall, since that's what it says on Naver. So we're going line 2 transfer, and then we're going on the side that's headed to Sungwon-simni Station. All right, so we got to the train bound for Sungwon-simni, and then now again, follow the advice of neighbor, either 4-1 or 5-4. Right here is 5-4. So if we get on here, it'll be faster in terms of the transfer towards our bus. Train's arrived. This one is a longer ride, 19 stops, or maybe 10 stops. So I'm gonna have 19 minutes to gather myself for the next step of the journey. One great thing about public transportation in Seoul is just how cheap it is. Base fares start at 1,500 won, just a little bit over a US dollar. Transfers are free within the subway system, and then longer transfers that include the bus just cost a little bit more, like a couple of cents. Seoul's Climate Card, which is structured around unlimited rides on subways, city buses, and Seoul bike rentals in 1-day or 7-day or 30-day increments, is also super affordable. A 1-day pass is just 5,000 Korean won, which amounts to just a little bit over $3 US. Okay, UWA's Women's University, our penultimate stop. Next one after this is Sinchon Station, where we're getting off.
내리실 때 발빠짐에 주의하시기 바랍니다. Please watch your step. 연세 아름다운 산부인과 의원, 연세 아름다운 산부인과 의원으로 가실 분은 이대역 4번 출구로 나가시기 바랍니다.
All right, because we were on 4-4, we're close to the exit. Going up here now, and then we'll make it out for the bus. Okay, to exit the subway, we have to use our Tmoney card. All right, card here, swipe here. Oh, shit. All right, and now we're out. So now I have to figure out which direction to go. I think it's this one. That's based off of memory. Yep, directions here are to the buses. Yeah, so an interesting thing about Seoul subways is that they have bathrooms. And I have used one. They are clean. They're actually super clean, which is great. Coming from a background of New York subways where there are no bathrooms and you can often find piss on the floor, huge upgrade here in Seoul. All right, I have to get my bearings here a little bit because I don't know which bus I should be stopping at. It is a little tricky to figure out which bus to get onto because every bus line goes both directions. So I think this one's pretty simple in that I am going to my left. So I just have to get on the other side of the road. Yep, I've made this trip a couple of times now, getting back to the clinic. So this is somewhat familiar. We are in familiar territory. Not gonna get lost today. We got a KFC across from us. It's finger looking good. KFC is not as big here as it is in China, for example, but it is still a bit of a whiplash sight for me to see these American chains just everywhere in Korea. Okay, so here's our bus station, and we can see it going in the right direction. And this is what makes partially public transportation in Korea so good. This bus station has its own lane just for the buses, which is what makes it so much faster than cars that can sometimes get stuck in traffic. Okay, we are gonna stand here, cross the street, make it to bus 721, and then back home. That is our bus, 721, so we may have to catch the next one, unfortunately. Hopefully this light turns green before then. But one thing to remember is that Korean stop signs are notoriously long. So I kind of doubt, oh, last, we made it. Let's go. All right, we are bus 721. Let's try to get in here as fast as we can. Door is gonna open, which is great.
환승입니다. 환승입니다.
All right, we made it. Let's go. And now just a couple of stops, 16 minutes before I'm home. And that's how simple public transport in Korea is.
하차입니다.
All right, and I'm back. That's how simple Seoul public transportation is. I really love it. It's been one of the highlights of my trip. Super cheap, convenient, easy to navigate, understandable from a foreigner's perspective, clean, reliable, fast, all the words.